I have been in the Songs of War community for a long time, and there has always been something that has bothered me. Something that has been seen in fan animations when it comes to the Tidesinger. The thing that has been living rent-free in my head for years. And that thing is the question, what in the world is a Killian's Supporium song? Now, we know of his other songs, obviously Aggro Beam, Mobility Bounce, and Proto Heal, but his Supporium song was never used in the script or in fan animations. I mean, while talking to some members in the Songs of War community, me and a few people came up with some theories. Theory number one, the idea for a Killian to have a Supporium was originally going to be one with Supporo Heal. I mean, it never really made sense that the healing song is with Proto Heal, because Proto is for protection. I always kind of thought it would be better to be a Supporium song, but I mean, I guess everybody's kind of just accepted it at this point and nobody's really questioned it. So here we are. And yeah, like I said, they just ended up making the healing ability go to the Tidesinger song. This would explain why there is no mention of him using the Supporium song, since there is no actual specific mention in the OG script of a Killian being bound to a Supporium song. It is pretty weird how so many fan animators have the Supporium song appearing next to his body when he dies, though. Just a side note, I could have swore there was an actual written reference in the script that explained how 4 songs formed around the Tidesinger's body when he died. But I guess the Mandela effect comes in hard, because I thought I also remember hearing about it in the, like, those videos that was like the season 2 and 3 readings done by David. I could have swore he mentioned something in there, but I rewatched those before making this, and yeah, he doesn't talk about it. So that's theory number 1. Theory number 2, the Tidesinger just never had a Supporium song in the first place. This one could be true, since once again it is never actually referenced in the script, but like I said, it is still weird how quite a few different animators have him with a Supporium song. While this is the most plausible theory, I don't like this one, just simply because I love coming up with stuff, and I feel like at this point, most people are kind of just, you know, at this point, the people watching this are probably going to want him to have a Supporium song, which goes to theory number 3, which is my theory. A Killian does have a Supporium song. It is just not one that is used in combat. If it was a song helpful in combat, we would have seen him use it at least once in the script. I mean, I tossed around a few ideas. I had one that it would like make him think quicker in battle. For a Killian's perspective, time would appear to slow down, but time isn't really being altered. It's just, like I said, a Killian is just thinking faster. This would explain how he has an insane reaction time and how he's, you know, able to block and move around quickly. You know, it would just explain that. But there are 2 problems with this one. Number 1 is it is too overpowered, and number 2, again, we would have seen like little green particles being used while he was using this song. So I don't think that one would have been a good idea. The other idea I had was one that I like to call Supporo Stam, which this basically gives him increased stamina. This would explain how a Killian can jump all around the battlefield and move quickly without being worn out, but this still has the problem of not seeing the green particles illuminating around him or anywhere while he's using it, and we don't see that in the series. So as much as I like this one, I also don't think this would be the best fit for him, because a Killian doesn't really particularly like violence that much. I mean, he's pretty much against it, but obviously he stands up to fight against evil anyways. And, you know, the person who really gave me this main idea was somebody with the Discord username of Bastion in the Songs of War Enthusiast Discord. He had this idea for a song called Supporo Project. This essentially gives the user the ability to create manifestations of memories from the past. And I thought this was actually a genius idea. It would explain why we don't see him use it, since it would really only have a very particular use for like maybe one scene. And obviously he does not want all of his secrets between him and Ingressus being revealed with the KOA, which is probably why he wouldn't use it in front of them to show his memories. Because again, he probably wouldn't do that. And then I don't think he would have had really a reason to use it to explain something from the Great War to people in the Knights of Ardonia, because they're in the Second Great War. They're trying to deal with current problems. But I think the best time for him to use this would be maybe something in the spin-offs. I mean, maybe in the spin-offs that is coming up, we can see a cool scene of Achillean using this song, explaining something, or, I mean, who knows? Maybe the official Squared Media team already has a different idea and might show Achillean using a completely different Supporium song, if at all. I mean, who knows? Maybe we might just never have him use one. I mean, it is entirely plausible. I don't know. This is just something that's been on my mind. It's been living rent-free in my head. So I guess anybody watching this, if you have any ideas of what songs you think would fit Achillean, I would just have to say you got to keep in mind, one, it's got to be a song that would make sense why he never used it in Season 2. Seasons 2 and 3 would be like that. And two, it's got to be something that kind of fits what Achillean is. So, I mean, obviously Achillean's not going to use whatever Supporium that Gallius used to forge the obsidian armor. So, I don't know, it's just been something that's been kind of bothering me. I've had this on my mind for many, many, many years since Songs of War came out. But yeah, you know, let me know what you guys know. I know there's some pretty higher up people that might benefit from this question of what would Achillean's Supporium song be? But who knows? Maybe we'll get to see it in the spin-offs. Maybe a fan animation will finally show him using one, if there isn't one already out there that I'm just not aware of. But yeah, anyways, have a nice day, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.